Boom, boom, and then we're done.
Look sexy. They don't have like low-cut faces there.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Talk Soup, the big medal winner at this year's Laugh Olympics, beating out both Yogi Bear and Captain Caveman. Hi, I'm John Henson. That's enough, Cynthia. Jill and Susan Hawkey have sent me a reduced-price Skunk Boy doll. Take a look at this, huh? Comes from the dysfunctional toy company, whereabouts unknown. Take a look at it in all its majesty, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, the Skunk Boy doll. Capturing all the man-child essence of my boyish charm right down to the sock on my hand. Look at it. Look at it, I tell you. Look at it. Hey! Oh, a little problem there on the lazy Susan. But the box is really the best part. It includes some warnings. You've got to avoid contact with eyes, rinse immediately. It's life-size, it's anatomically correct, and it has a natural odor. And it says right here that it's wanted by boys and girls and sheep. So, you know, draw your own conclusions. Thank you very much for the effort you put into that. Coming up, a young man is reunited with a woman who deflowered him. Learn how to make whoopee in outer space. Plus, we'll try to place a direct call to the Carol and Marilyn show.
I'm sorry, the number you have dialed is no longer connected.
Really? I thought that was a direct line to the Real Friends studio. Curious. Have this area roped off. First up, I don't want this to sound like an endorsement, but I think the U-Haul shop is a great place to rent a utility van or pickup. For an additional cost, you can also get hand trucks and trailers. Plus, it's a great place to get lucky. At least that's what Janet thinks. Unfortunately, her boyfriend Sue Yee is too conservative for the trailer hitch hijinks. And this Maryland highlight, he lists his reasons why.
One time, we went to go rent the trailer hitch at the U-Haul station for her Jeep. And we're there, and the counter's about, you know, chest high, right? And the people are behind the counter, and they're typing in the stuff. And she starts groping me behind, you know, under the counter. And then there's a glass window, and that's the street view. And there's daylight. It's not like there's no traffic. There's people.
I wanted to.
You can't get aroused like that. You cannot get aroused. I'm trying to rent a trailer hitch.
But what we're talking about is that there's a part of you that's more private. And Janet is more, okay, he's more conservative.
He's too conservative.
Was that not something that was attractive to you at first?
I wasn't always concerned. I like to be romantic in the bedroom. I like to have, you know, I like to set up the foreplay.
So you don't want romance.
I like
What's wrong with foreplay? You just want to jump right in and boom, boom, and then we're done.
Well, why
Go
can't
shower, that's it.
No,
Are you like a boom boom girl and then we're done?
No, it's not a boom boom girl. I
That's
just
what
like,
it's
you know.
Sue Yee wants to slow things down so they'll have something to do when they get married. Janet wants to have sex at Sue Yee's parents' house during Thanksgiving, so obviously a little gap in thinking there. Monday, Maryland counsels people who are obsessed with former lovers. Kegs will try to dispel any stalking notions from these people who refuse to be ignored, Dan. Joe B. doesn't ask much from his roommates. He just doesn't want to live in an apartment covered in filth. Unfortunately, his bunkies, Joe F. and Brendan, aren't neatniks. In fact, you might say they're disgusting pigs, these bunkies of his. But at least Brendan has an artistic streak. As we learned in this Mark Wahlberg highlight, one trip to Starbucks inspired him to become the next Kandinsky.
Came home one morning, and there's the house, painted. Do you guys want to take it where I did with it?
I was at a coffee house, and I had...
More than coffee, it looks like.
No, I had a lot of coffee. Like, I drank a lot of coffee, and I came home, and I was all kind of wired. It was like a Friday night, and they were all out at the bar, and so I was by myself, and there was like some girl at one of their parties. I don't drink, so I never go to their parties, but like they had a party, and some girl had drawn like a lesbian scene on the wall. So I'm like, they drew a lesbian scene. There was a lesbian.
Got it. That's plenty.
Okay. So then, so I was like, I'll paint over it.
You'll paint over it.
And then he came home, and we just got going.
So, but you know, when painting over a graphic scene on the wall, wouldn't you think you'd use like a nice French vanilla paint and a roller?
We didn't
You
have
guys
any.
did finger paint on your own wall.
I think it looks good.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'll take a tasteful lesbian scene over French vanilla and a roller any day. Monday, Mark tackles the topic of interracial dating. Guests will describe the resistance they face from friends and family. I guess those are the MCI people. Want to be pampered like a Beverly Hills trophy wife but can't afford to go to the spa? Fear not. Janice Cox has a solution. This Jim J. and Ann guest has written a book with inexpensive pampering tips called Natural Beauty at Home. One of those tips includes smearing clay powder on your puss in lieu of getting a facial. I wonder what that would look like on Jim J. and Ann.
Just spread it on her face. Avoid the eye area and the lip area.
I'm going to match your jacket.
And what this is...
You know, Ann, after I finish, I'll bake you.
Good. Just gently. And put on her cheek. Just don't get any in her eye. That's your sensitive skin area. You want to avoid the eye. So just paint a little on your cheeks, around. And you want to leave this on until it's dry, about 10, 15 minutes, which is another great thing of pampering is you don't have to answer the phone or the door or anything.
And you kind of walk around and then if
the
cable guy comes to
French
the door,
cream clay is actually a powder that you can buy at the natural food stores. Some pharmacies have it. And you just mix that up with a little water and you have this lovely...
And we look like we're going to war.
it does look like camouflage stuff. And you're telling me this stuff works?
Oh, you know what that music means. It's time to play What Happens Next? Today's choices include A, Jim J. smears clay powder on his glasses and mugs to camera 1. B, Jim J. smears clay powder on his glasses and mugs to camera 2. And 3, Jim J. smears clay powder on his glasses and mugs to camera 3. All right, what's it going to be, guys? 3. Speed, you pretty sure? All right, let's find out.
Does it get real hard? Like
No, it'll dry. Hard. Ouch. Now, too good. Now, Jim, we also have to do...
I feel better.
No, the correct answer was B, you moron. Sorry. Monday, Jim J. and Ann welcome Vince Pagone, the owner of the Stinkin' Rose, an L.A. restaurant featuring garlic in all of its dishes. He'll present his favorite mouth-watering, breast-defiling recipes. Coming up later on this hilarious edition of Talk Soup, an inspiring madam tries to lure a runaway into prostitution. But first, Lorianne steams up the lens in a fantasy photo shoot. Oh, boy. Yeah.
What if?
My old boyfriend framed me for his wife's murder. My new boyfriend just married a lesbian. Guess you can't win them all.
The whole world
My favorite way to settle an argument is, plastic explosive.
was like.
After my near-death experience, well, I knew I had to turn my life around. I'm going to kill my fiancé.
Melrose Place. Weeknights at 7 Eastern and 9 Pacific. Only on E!
Hey, I know showing talk show highlights isn't going to solve all the world's problems, but hey, a fella can dream, can he? Hi, I'm John Henson. Pete Colullo in the studio today, sitting in for Tom as stage manager. Pete is going under the knife tomorrow, having some knee surgery done. I don't know if you can push in and take a look at this. This is the procedure that he's going to have done. Having the meniscus removed. Oh, yeah, look at that clamp, Pete. That looks pretty gentle right there. Nothing to worry about. Are you a little anxious about it?
Get a little nervous.
Yeah, you can get a little nervous. 10:30 tomorrow. We'll be thinking of you right as we roll. You'll be going under the knife. Yeah, we'll say a prayer for you. It's been 3 years since Amano was deflowered by Tahisha, and he still can't get her out of his head. To hear him tell it, losing his virtue was one of the most powerful and beautiful experiences of his life, unlike going under the knife, which is probably one you'd rather forget. Sadly, after his sexual awakening, Amano lost touch with his special lady. Maybe Gordon Elliott can work out some kind of solution.
So what is it about this young lady 3 years ago that is still special for you?
Well, first and foremost, she's a person who I lost my virginity to.
That sounds... Ladies, please. But, I mean, that's a special thing. I mean, that's
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was, and she was special to me, and she was my first love. I fell in love. She taught me everything I know. So, you know. And it's just that
Did she know that you were so innocent when she met you?
Yeah, she knew I was a virgin and everything because I told her I was going to fall in love with her if I gave her my virginity.
Unbeknownst to Amano, his former flame was sitting in the audience. Let's watch as Gordon clues in the lovesick lad.
Would you recognize her if you saw her again after these years?
I would think so.
Would you? Okay, I mean, you know, because even if you were just sitting in our audience, you know, just, hey,
Yeah,
do you want to
sure
stand up,
would.
young man, lady? How long has it been? Tice? Angela, how long's it been?
3 years.
3 years.
Well, she is Taisha, or whatever her name is. Her boyfriend was sitting in the audience, and he's a little ticked off at Amano for discussing such a delicate topic before a national audience. Probably feel better when he loses his own virginity. Monday, Gordon tries out the amazing 5-day miracle diet. Apparently, you can eat celery and bran during the week and then pig out like crazy on Haagen-Dazs and pizza on the weekend. Sure. Of course, you couldn't put on weight like that and put it on a sensitive knee. If you're rehabbing an injury, you'd probably want to stick to the bran. Well, if you've been following the news, you know astronaut Shannon Lucci has been confined to a space station with 2 Russian cosmonauts for several months. Her extended mission provides the fodder for a ribald discussion featured in this politically incorrect highlight. Up next, Bill Maher solicits opinions on SpaceX from former astronaut Buzz Aldrin, SNL regular Kevin Nealon, and authors Nancy Friday and Olivia Goldsmith.
Ribald. She's up there for months at a time. Do you think sex could take place and is taking place up there?
Oh, that would be hard, wouldn't it? I mean, difficult.
Are we on to the subject of
The
sex
2
in
guys
the workplace?
she's with, they're both named Yuri. There's Yuri and Yuri, so she might not remember.
It was
Yuri was Yuri.
Makes it easy.
That's also
Makes
short
it
for
easy.
urine.
It's all different.
But you know, when you're in a spacesuit, it's not very sexy. You know, I mean, they don't have like low-cut spaces. You know? You really can't see the figure.
Is it physically possible?
Of course it is.
Oh, how do you know?
Well, we train underwater in neutral buoyancy for floating in space. Hey, all you got to do is grab the other person and...
See, now, you've got a job for that on
High
this
Club gets a whole new...
The 10 feet down club. All you got to do is try underwater. And that's
Are there some good pickup bars on the moon? Are there any good pickup bars on the moon?
You know what you say there? Hey, I've been on Earth.
They can put a man on the moon, but they still can't come up with a good pickup line. Yeah, hear this? Hear this? I'm turning the page on that comedy. It's all in the past now. It's beyond us. Monday on Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher will be making witty wisecracks about more hot-button topics. Joining him will be the usual mix of the famous and the funky. Yeah, let's just keep it going. If Charlie Chase wasn't such a terrific talk show host, he'd make a fine art director. And if Lori Ann Crook wasn't such a delightful and perky interviewer, she'd make a fetching romance novel cover girl. Ooh. How did I come to these reckless conclusions, you ask? After watching this Crook and Chase highlight. Here's the delightful duo on a fantasy photo shoot. Helping them will be the winner of the 1996 Mr. Romance Contest, Sean O'Brien.
Look at the camera.
Which one? Right here?
Which camera? 3 has got to close. Okay, now.
Okay.
And for the benefit of Alan, our photographer.
Do what?
Look sexy. No. Wait a minute. Wait, no.
This isn't a good pose.
Lorianne, sexy, not desperate. Okay, come on. All right.
Now, what can we do
Well,
here?
Sean, give us good.
This is not easy.
This would be good.
This is hard. What do we do?
Yeah, I told him it wasn't easy.
It's not easy
Okay,
at
put
all.
my leg over here.
Yeah, you can come all the way up here like this.
Okay. All right, Sean, you're going to have to lose lose a little bit of the shirt.
Can Lorianne help me with that?
Well, Lorianne, help him with the shirt.
Pull that all the way down.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, what do I do to make my legs look good? Do I just stick one up?
Yeah, that's working. Okay, that's fine. Okay. We call this Desperate in Milwaukee, the new novel coming out this fall.
Oh, Charlie, you irascible scab. Monday, Crook and Chase enjoy some kinky banter with the irrepressible Sari Locker. Talk Soup fans know the saucy expert from her Lifetime TV talk show, Late Date with Sari.
Looking good, man.
Feeling good, Billy Ray. Still to come on Talk Soup, a lonely cabbie pays for sex on the Jerry Springer Show. And straight ahead, meet a woman behind these annoying recorded phone messages.
In the beginning, he created Melrose Place. It was heaven on earth. All was well till she slithered in and brought temptation, lust, greed, envy, gluttony, pride, sloth, wrath. And Melrose was never the same place. Find out how Melrose Place transformed from a heavenly series to one hell of a show on the 7 Deadly Sins of Melrose Place.
Saturday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific.
Only on E.
Got something.
HP Pavilion with Intel Pentium processor. Lets you scan your photos and do almost anything with them.
Gotcha.
Give me back my diary.
No way, dork face.
Okay.
What'd you do?
I sent it to Mindy Adams.
The new HP Pavilion. It's not just a PC, it's an HP.
Welcome back to Talk Soup. I'm Kaiser Wilhelm. She has one of the most recognizable voices in all of America, and you probably never even heard her name. I'm talking about Pat Fleet. Ooh. Not the Enema people. She's the voice of AT&T. She's the woman behind the famous pre-recorded message, "I'm sorry, the number you have dialed is no longer in service. Please check the number and dial again." Naturally, her family is proud of her legacy, but as she tells Carol and Marilyn, not everyone is a fan of her well-modulated recordings.
Well, years ago, my ex-husband gave me a call one day, and he said, "You have no idea what a bad day I was having. I've got to tell you about it." He had been traveling, and as all travelers know, you get hung up at the airport, you get the hotel reservations lost, and everything that could happen had happened to him. And he finally got into a hotel room way later than he was supposed to have, sat down on the bed, picked up the phone to dial his wife, and his ex-wife told him that he had messed up and couldn't make the call. He said, "That's a bad day."
What do you say when you get the wrong... you have this...
I'm sorry, the number you have dialed is no longer connected. Or,
that's what you want coming from your ex-wife.
Please hang up and redial your call.
Well, I'll tell you, she is a major improvement over the guy who used to have that job. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, here it is.
Oh, my God, what are you, a moron? You can't even dial a phone right. Well, after all, it's only been around for about 75 years.
Well, this guy's just, he's abrasive. I find him abrasive. Even more so than the 777 film guy. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It was much better.
777, 666, they're all evil, these people. Monday on Carol and Marilyn, look at ways you can remove your unsightly tattoos. They'll include lasers, painful skin grafts, and possibly covering them up with larger flesh-colored tattoos. Hey, painful skin grafts, that reminds me, aren't you going to be going through a very painful operation tomorrow morning, Pete? Yeah, I thought you were. Judy thinks her daughter Erica is out of control. At 16, Erica's already been arrested for lying to the police. She also has a baby, and worst of all, she doesn't have any clue as to the identity of the father. Have these setbacks dampened Erica's spirits? Nay, hardly. In fact, she seems downright perky in this Montel Williams highlight.
At this point, I don't know who the father is. I slept with a few people, and it could be 1 out of 2 guys.
And are either one of these two being brought in for paternity tests to
No,
see if...
because I can't afford it.
She doesn't know their
I don't know their last
names.
names or much about them.
Condoms. Where's your condoms? She has a bag of condoms.
And so you decided not to wear a condom, and did you want to get pregnant?
I wanted a baby, and no matter what I had to do, I was going to get one. So I slept with several guys, and finally I got lucky and had a baby.
Wait a minute, what makes... Wait.
I think I got lucky. I got a really good baby.
What makes you feel so sure that you were so lucky having this baby this way?
Because he's so cute. I mean, I've needed one. I needed something to
Why did you not go down to Toys R Us and get yourself a Cabbage Patch Kid?
Erica once had her mother, Judy, arrested on false charges of abuse. Judy has kicked her out of the house and won't let her return until she cleans up her act. Monday, Montel screens videos featuring police beating people senseless. He'll also speak with guests who claim they were wrongly arrested. It's coming! It's coming! Our soup of the day is coming! In just a minute, Big Louie tries to entice a young woman into the seedy life of a streetwalker. Good luck, Louie.
You want it? E's got it. Call 1-800-678-1717 to order Talk Soup merchandise now. We've got 100% cotton t-shirts and sweatshirts, including the one-of-a-kind Talk Soup in Tahiti design. Plus, don't miss out on our custom oversized Talk Soup mug. And now, you too can be a fashion plate right down to your Talk Soup boxer shorts. So call toll-free 24 hours a day, 1-800-678-1717. Make that call, order now, and get all decked out with E.
This is the woman who runs the attitude.
Unless we've all gone insane, this is Talk Soup. After losing her job as a waitress, Diane was faced with life on the streets. Instead, she ended up moving in with an aspiring madam named G. She earned her keep cleaning the house, but G would like to see her become a hooker on the streets of Hollywood. And who wouldn't? So far, Diane hasn't accepted the lucrative job offer. Perhaps she'll change her mind after meeting a client named Big Louie on the Jerry Springer Show.
I have a client. He's been with me for a few years now. His name is Louie, and
I will not touch that. You go ahead. You
Well, here's Louie. Bring out Louie. Louie, welcome to the show.
Hello, Jerry.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, now, you are a client of...
I'm a client of G's.
Okay.
And lady I know, and I know this one too.
But she's not interested... She's not interested in being a prostitute.
it doesn't matter what she's interested in anymore.
Hey, wait, this is it.
Gee, you're the professional here, but I'm not sure if Big Louie is the best way to entice a woman into a life of prostitution. Monday on Jerry, meet David, a 27-year-old man who weighs 700 pounds. Despite his size, Dave is remarkably mobile and enjoys karaoke. I think it was a knee injury that did it to him. Couldn't exercise. Maybe this weekend, Talk Soup weekend, will happen. Where else are you going to see the tattooed backsides of a plus-size Cher impersonator, huh?
Marvin, you have a tattoo on your butt.
Yes.
Stand up.
You want to see it?
Stand up. I can't hear you.
That is entertainment. This, not entertainment. That's entertainment. And that about does it for this edition of Talk Soup. I'm John Henson, reminding you that you want to be careful not to hurt your knee, because you could wind up in a very painful operation. So long, everybody.